for everyone who is graduating from the university, one of the foremost desire in their heart as they are finishing school is how to leave the country.
Exactly.
Yes. Why do you think this is so?
When you are offered a better opportunity somewhere else, there is no way you want to stay back.
But it depends, really.
Yes, it depends, but would you stay? No. Nigerians are the ones supplying Ghana electricity, and they are even enjoying the electricity more than we that are supplying
Lyte.
So you see, infrastructure again is another reason why I would want to leave.
We Nigerians, we just believe anybody there is a billionaire, is a trillionaire, is living large. And when you call them, they're like, it's not as easy as you people see it to be. So what is the greener pasture about these places we are talking about?
I think as a normal person who lives abroad, there is no how you will not live in debt.
Exactly.
And I think the greener pasture that is being painted as greener pasture are actually the incentives that are offered to the citizens.
One of the measures you can use to curb this brain drain is what we call when you're offering a competitive wage or salary.
Okay.
When you offer me something that this other person is also offering me, and I will have to leave my home and abandon my freedom, there is no way I would want to go, because now they are offering me better and you are offering me little. I wouldn't even mind.
I am not even
to live as a
considering.
slave. Yes, as long as I can put food on the table.
Yes.
If every one of us decides to leave Nigeria for greener pasture, what happens to Nigeria? Welcome to another episode. This is Lyte African TV, where we share with you inspiring, educating, and entertaining content. My name is Andrea Elizabeth, and on the show with me today, I have my co-host, Mr. Kennedy, and also we have an amazing guest who will be sharing with us the causes, the effects of brain drain in Nigeria. Mr. Kennedy, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, and I am so interested in what we're going to be having our conversation on today, because it's one of the situations that we're actually going through in the country today.
In fact, for the past 3 to 4 years now, it has been a topic in Nigeria. Everybody wants to Japa.
Yeah, it has been like on everybody's lips. In fact, it has been in everyone's desire.
Everybody's mind is... In fact, we did a survey of recent in one of the universities, and we were asking students 10 million naira to stay in Nigeria or a free visa to Canada. And the percentage of people that wants to leave for Canada were higher than the people that want to stay in Nigeria, even if they were giving 10 million naira. But before we continue with our discussion, let's welcome our guest for today's show. Miss Perpetua, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How you doing?
I'm very fine now.
So we are having you on the show today. But first of all, can you just give us a brief of yourself?
Okay, my name is Miss Achegbulu Perpetua. I'm a graduate of economics from the University of Kogi State, Aingba.
Wow, that's amazing. Economics, right?
Yes.
Okay, I believe one of the major reasons why people are even leaving is because of the economic situation of Nigeria. So having you on the show is an interesting one.
In fact,
thank you very much.
And I think one of the, for everyone who is graduating from the university, one of the foremost desire in their heart as they are finishing school is how to leave the country.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's one of the foremost discussion and desire in their heart. Why do you think this is so?
And there are a lot of reasons why people want to leave the country. There are a lot of reasons. The first, for greener pasture, as you said earlier.
Exactly.
When you are offered a better opportunity somewhere else, there is no way you want to stay back. For example, you are the host of the show and you're given a better opportunity to host a bigger show.
Outside
would you stay?
But it depends, really.
Yes, it depends, but would you stay? No. There is no way you tell me I want to stay.
So are you saying Nigeria, when we say Nigeria, we have Greenland. It's a Greenland. So which other greener pasture are we seeking outside this Greenland?
Now, there is a difference between you having it and knowing how to use it.
Okay.
Yes, Nigeria. There is no doubt Nigeria is one of the blessed country in Africa. But the problem we have is mismanagement of resources. Mm-hmm. If you cannot manage your resources, there is no way people will want to stay.
All right.
I think one of the causes of brain drain is when we talk about better opportunities out there when it comes to salary and housing and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to Nigeria, in the case of law, there are a lot of people that believe there is no justice in Nigeria anymore.
That's true.
So if you feel like, oh, if I should train my children in this country and anything happens, I'm not sure they will be able to speak up. And then you have opportunity to breed your children somewhere else where they have the right to speak up when something is going wrong and they will actually get an answer. There is no way you wouldn't want to take your child out there.
Okay.
Just like when you have opportunity in enrolling your child in a private and in a public school. When you look at the pros and the cons, and you feel like, oh yes, I can afford it, why not pick the better option?
School?
That is how it is.
All right, so we have mentioned economic reasons, and she just talked about things like political instability and corruption. All right, so is there a chance that people are also living due to infrastructural deficiencies, like good roads, electricity,
that's
stuff
true.
like that?
Yes, definitely. Like I recently I recently noticed that Nigerians are the ones supplying Ghana electricity, and they are even enjoying the electricity more than we that are supplying
light.
Wow. So you see, infrastructure again is another reason why I would want to leave. I wouldn't want to run a business where I need lights 24 hours, and at the end of the day, I get on lights for just 2 hours in a day, and I have to power my industry using fuel or diesel. And looking at the price of the fuel and diesel alone, that alone is already a discouragement. And I see a better place where, okay, I will set this business, it's going to bloom, and there's stable electricity. There is no way I wouldn't want to go.
But are we saying that the rate of expenses over there is not high? Because I've met with people who are over there, and they tell you they pay for this, they pay for that. It's not like here now in Nigeria. We can say even if there is no light, you will still have water.
Exactly.
You can still go to your neighbor and draw from their well. But over there, once your light bill is cut out, it's gone. There is no way source of getting this thing. So it's like slavery over there. I don't see it as a kind of greener pasture. I see it as slavery. Because most times when you try to reach out to people over there, we Nigerians, we just believe anybody there is a billionaire, is a trillionaire, is living large. And when you call them, they're like, it's not as easy as you people see it to be. So what is the greener pasture about these places we are even talking about?
I feel we feel it's not easy for them there. But now they have a way to pay those bills, yes or no? They have jobs. Now, but when you look at Nigeria, for example, a graduate riding Okada, that bike is riding, he won't tell me that he's able to afford everything he wants with that. But over there, you have a job that is paying you to settle all those bills.
But you know there is no freedom. The freedom we have as Nigerians in our country, we can't get it anywhere.
Yes,
let's forget about the greener pasture now. People there they are mostly scared. They are looking for, and that's why most Nigerians over there are trying to go into frauding the white men. Why? Because they feel if I don't get this green paper, there is no way I will have my freedom.
And one of the things is, I think as a normal person who lives abroad, there is no how you will not live in debt.
Exactly.
And I think the what's it called, the greener pasture that is being painted as greener pasture are actually the incentives that are offered to the citizens. Because recently I saw a guy who is a PhD holder actually. So he posted about he just bought a house in the UK, right? He just bought a house, and thank God just did it. After 4 years of living here, I just bought a house. And then someone just called him out on that post on Twitter, and the person was talking about how that house actually wasn't a paid off house. It's actually a house that's on mortgage, and then you have to pay certain amount every single month for the next 30 years. And then on top of that, there is a tax increase after just a few months. There is always a tax increase on what you have to pay. So that means you actually didn't have a freedom in owning this house because it's not yours yet. And if you fail to pay for 1 month, there will be a repossession.
I'm not even seeing any greener about this
There
thing.
will be a
Seriously,
repossession.
I prefer go there, do whatever you have to do, and come back to your country. If you have any business collaboration with anyone over there, it's better to have a collaboration with an international whatever
Yeah.
than leaving your country where you have the freedom to move
And totally
freedom to
relocating.
do and totally relocating. Percentage of the people leaving Nigeria are not even enjoying it. They just feel like, okay, we have the 24 hours lights.
Exactly.
We have the good roads. If I go back to Nigeria now, as you said, I work with my system most of the time. I have to wait till midnight for me to make use of my system because there is no light, or I have to get fuel. Fine, all these things are reasons why people are leaving.
Exactly.
But should we really point out that these are the reasons why we are really leaving? Or it's just
is it
our
enough?
mindset that is making us leave our country to other countries?
What you're saying is that is it enough for us to
Reason,
leave?
yes.
You know,
what do you
that's where your choice comes in.
Okay.
What I want is different from what
you
you
want.
want.
Okay.
Now, for them leaving, they have reasons why they are leaving. Now, we don't see the way they see it. Now, they see that, okay, yes, even if this house is a mortgage, at least it's my own personal house. Yes, it's at the risk of repossession and all that, but it's still my own house. And there, they pay them per hour. Not like Nigeria here
That you pay per month.
Yes.
Yeah.
They pay them per hour, and it is very easy for them over there to like juggle 2 or 3 jobs together.
Together.
So when they view it that way, they'll be like, okay, if I work here, work here,
work
I'll be
here.
able to like
Come
pay.
up with the
Yes, come up with the money. At least they'll be able to feed and do some things.
Other
And
things.
there is no way they won't have other benefits attached to staying in that.
And also, I think
country.
the currency difference
Yes,
is
the
what is
currency
making
difference
most people
again.
leave the country.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
the point is, you're saying the currency difference. If you earn in dollars, aren't you spending in dollars?
No. I have someone that does a business, and this is
Okay.
what she does.
Okay.
She buys dollars, waits for it to inflate,
Yeah.
sells it to gain.
Does she reside in Nigeria or she?
She's in Nigeria.
Exactly.
I'm talking
So
about
that's-
someone in Nigeria now.
Uh-huh.
Now, someone
So
over
it's a
there,
different
what they do
situation.
is when they earn, they send it down to Nigeria
Okay.
Yes.
So,
for exchange. Yes, that's
so
how
how
they
do they spend money there?
they spend the money they want to spend. Now they are making their money here. There is no
Okay.
way, even if we say we are leaving Nigeria for the greener pasture, we'll
Yeah.
still come back to this country.
There's no way you won't come
I don't
back.
think it's-
But
I don't
point
think
is,
So they are
Everybody
saving
is-
for the future.
there is a difference now.
Let's
when
open
you're,
our
when
mouth
you're
good.
coming back, there is difference. When you're coming back to meet plenty.
To meet plenty.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is the difference.
Yeah.
And if I'm given a better opportunity there, per se, I'm a medical doctor, and I'm given a better opportunity there, over there. Now, being a medical doctor, there is a lot of incentives attached to it.
Exactly.
Now, not only will I earn a higher salary, but there are also some benefits too from that. So there is no way I won't see it as a greener pasture, even if I was come back. At least those money I'm spending, looking at the way the exchange rate
Yeah.
is now, and I'm sending those money back home.
Back home.
I think it's about the standard of living, actually.
And the
It's
value
about the
that
standard
are
of-
being
yeah.
placed on professions in Nigeria is what is even killing more. Okay, just imagine a nurse
Yeah.
who is a trained, registered nurse, done with school and everything, and is being paid.
Peanuts.
Thank you.
Some will even
Now-
tell you that collecting 60,000 per
60,000
month with the
Per
current
month, and
rise in
with the current rise in
As a
things that are happening
registered
right
nurse.
now as a registered
Yes.
nurse. I know of a nurse that she said she wants to further, but if she's done, nothing will stop her
From leaving.
from staying
Exactly.
in
from
Nigeria.
leaving
Why?
Nigeria.
Because she got opportunity over there that paid higher. The value they place on their nurses
yes.
It's so high.
is high. You know why? Because nurses are the ones who relate mostly with the patients,
patients.
even more than the
Yes,
doctors.
More than the doctors.
Over there, I've related with a nurse that said they value their nurses more than the
More.
doctors.
Yeah.
Why? Because they
I've heard
believe
that
the
too.
nurses have relationship
One-on-one.
with the
The
patients more than the doctors. Doctors can only write. And that's why in Nigeria here, a doctor can prescribe and give to you to not work. Meet just a nurse that is not a medical doctor. We prescribe for you
Yes,
and it will work
exactly.
better.
Exactly.
So I think the value we are placing on these professions is what is even pushing them to leave
Even
the
if you look
country.
at to the teaching profession now in Nigeria,
That one
they,
is
they
even
don't
worse.
see it as
Nothing.
anything. But now when you go over there, only a common kindergarten teacher, they know what they earn.
Exactly.
Yes.
So being a graduate in Nigeria, in some schools, they'll pay you 20K per month. What do you want to use that for? And then you have an opportunity to go down there where they will pay you. If you want to exchange it in Naira, you'll be having no less than 500K.
You take the first
in
flight.
a month.
It's just like people living
take
the
the
mainland.
first
Yeah.
So now my standard of living is not only increasing, but what I'm earning is also increasing. So I'm able to like afford to support my family back home, compared to when I'm in Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is, the reason we're living are because of most of these things that we talked about, economic situations, infrastructure, and all that. So how about, because you talked about how even though we leave, we can come back, you understand, to where you belong and all that. But we want to come back to a good place. We want to come back to a place that is different from how it was when we left it. That's what we want to come back to. So now, what can we do to make this place livable? To make this place attractive in such a way that we don't have to relocate? Is there something we can do, or is it just beyond us completely?
No. I feel for every problem there's a solution.
There's always a solution.
Yes. So now, when you identify some of those reasons why they leave the country, you'll be able to prefer a solution. Now, for example, one of the measures you can use to curb this brain drain is what we call when you're offering a competitive wage or salary.
Okay.
Now, look at the recent happenings that happened during, I think, August, July, June.
Yeah.
At this labor union and about increments in wages and salary. Now, you cannot be paying me 30,000 naira for a month, and I have 5 kids. I have a wife,
and then
I have to pay. Increasing. I have to transport myself to work,
and then the exchange rate keep increasing. So that means
I need to pay for electricity. I need to pay for my house rent.
So the value of that salary keeps
diminishing. So now, for you to keep me here, you have to offer me what will make me not want to leave my comfort zone. Brain drain doesn't only happen when you move from one country to another.
It can be from one location.
Yes, from one company to another.
Yeah.
Even people leaving the mainland to the airland.
Yeah. Yes. So true. It's not just about leaving the country. So when you offer me something that this other person is also offering me, and I will have to leave my home and abandon my freedom, there is no way I will want to go. Because now they are offering me better and you are offering me little. I wouldn't even mind. I am not even to live as a slave. Yes, as long as I can put food on the table.
Yes, sure.
So I won't consider that. So one of the measures we can use to curb this brain drain is offering good competitive wages and salary that will make people to want to stay.
Okay.
Now you are going to other countries to receive medical care. It's not like you can't receive that same medical care over here in Nigeria. The reason why you are going over there is because you are not willing to pay to offer the same amount you're offering over there down to people here. And by the time you go back there, the same people you are running from here, those are the same people that will attend to you there.
I think we look down on ourselves a lot.
Yes.
Africans. We tend to look down on ourselves. We just feel like the person is an African. What can he do?
But we treat the person differently.
They even view us as gods because they know that Africans are very brilliant.
They know they are hardworking.
Yes.
They're very brilliant and very hardworking.
Have you even noticed that most of these factories in Nigeria presently, they hardly employ, they don't take their people, it's Africans.
Especially Nigerians.
Because
Nigerians are very, very hardworking.
I've been able to talk to one white man and he said, you Africans don't know what you have. He said, you don't value what you have. That's why you're running from what you have. Like, you people look at yourself and you just downgrade yourself and just, I'm not sure this person can do it. Whereas the same person you look down on today is the same person going over there to work for them and is being paid higher. One of my boss's brother left the country. He's into IT, computer things. Okay. So I think he was working for a company before he even left the country. And the reason he left was because of the company was not doing him well. They were not even placing value on him. So he decided he had the opportunity and left. And I think he got there, and something happened to their system, and they needed to flash something out of the system.
Yeah.
He just only flashed, and he got promoted, and that was how his wealth started.
Wow.
Just imagine doing that in Nigeria. They say, is it not just
Interesting.
common flash? Is it anybody can do
Imagine.
it?
Now, I also had an opportunity then to leave the country then. Because there was a time when I was in university, sometimes I do work during my holidays, like to make ends meet, you know. So I was opportune to work with a man that owns a construction company then. So there was this man that came to Nigeria. They were working then. That was when they started work first at this Dangote refinery. So I just did a simple math. Just a simple math. So the man was like, would you, if I asked you to go to, I think it was Indonesia, for just a 3-month contract, you work as my secretary, your feeding, accommodation, everything is covered, just for simple maths. Something that I would do, my friend would say, is it not just this
Is it not
simple
just,
thing?
that's
Exactly.
it.
So
Is it not
I
just
was
this
like,
thing?
although if I had graduated then, God knows
You
I would have
taken
gone.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it's just a simple math and somebody is already placing me in this very
Yes,
high.
that's
so
high
there's
value.
no way I'll be like, at the end of the day, when I graduate now, it's just to go and sit down with my mom at home. So why not go with this person? So you see, one of the reasons why some people will forsake their freedom.
Exactly.
They don't even care.
Just
Yes,
to
they don't
make ends
care.
meet.
They
So what I
don't
would
care
say
at
is,
all.
where is the place of the mindset, our mindset in brain draining? Like, when you leave the country, does it have to do with your mindset? You know, there are some people in their mind, you can't actually tell them to leave the country because they
Yes.
think differently.
Yes.
You get, because they see the country while you're seeing how terrible it is. They are seeing
They are
lots of
seeing a lot of
opportunities.
opportunities.
That's the thing. So does our mindset have, a part to play in whether we decide to, relocate
stay
or
or
stay
go.
back and all that?
Yes, I feel the mindset does have, it does.
It does have a part to play.
Yes. Because now for us now, we feel like, okay, like you said, you can't trade your freedom for anything
for
just to go down there. That is your own mindset. That is your choice. But there are some people out there that feel like being free is not what is going to feed me. So whether I'm free or not, as long as I can eat, as long as I
take care of
can
Just
myself.
that
send,
economic
yes,
power.
just that economic power and maybe the fact that, they hold me in very high esteem there.
Exactly.
Yes, I want to go. So there is nothing you will say, no offer you give them that they will want to stay. If you like, offer them more than what they will get there. They'll feel like, no, I cannot be here and there. You'll be disrespecting me and there they'll respect me.
Exactly.
So it has to do with the mindset. So if it's someone that has pride, someone that has ego, when it comes to praise, like telling you, oh, well done, now you be your guy, you would definitely want to go. Even if it doesn't favor you.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's
So
true.
it has to do with the mindset too.
Wow.
Why there are some people they can't even afford to eat, but they feel like if I die, make I die for Nigeria. So it all has to do with your
That mindset is what I don't want.
yes.
If I die, make I die for Nigeria. I don't be die empty. Oh. No. I think
So
I
no,
started,
it's just like an example now. So that is how people
it's
are.
true. It's true. That's true.
There are some people that are very wealthy in Nigeria, yeah, but tell them to relocate and go and stay there permanent. They will tell you no. Now look at Dangote. He's very wealthy.
You can't
but
tell
still,
Dangote to leave
he's in
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
But the thing is, if you're very well, I don't think you should go anywhere.
I think
You know that.
I think the shift of mindset
Yeah.
is going to affect. It's going to work a lot of things when it comes to brain drain.
Yeah.
Now, in the sense that I started watching this YouTuber Tayo that interviews, all these, and I noticed that most of the people he meets are people that left the country for
Yeah.
greener pasture,
Yeah.
got what they want, and said, okay, the opportunity is not here for me to invest,
Yeah.
but there are more opportunities in Nigeria to invest. So
Exactly.
leaving the country is not even the issue.
Yeah.
The issue is, okay,
You're
why
going.
am I going there?
Yes, exactly.
What's my reason of going
What's
there?
my
Is it
reason
just
of
to go
going
and
there?
make the dollars?
Exactly.
To tell somebody I'm abroad? Because
And
that's
pay
the
my
mindset a lot
bills.
of people are living Nigeria
Yes, a
with.
lot
I want
of
to just
people,
tell
they
somebody
just
I'm
pictures.
abroad.
Yes.
Pepper
They just
them.
Pepper them
people
gang.
that,
Like, let
that
them
I'm
know I'm
outside. I've got to. Especially when it comes to all these Igbo mothers. My son is in Obodo Igbo. Yes, something like that.
Sure.
I know of a
So-
woman that told someone, he said, do you know me? Do you know who I am? My first son is in this. My second son, I said, ma, whether your first, second, third, all your children are abroad. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
What
What
impact
impact are they
Are they
making?
making?
They are impacting your life, not my life.
Exactly.
They are not doing anything for me. Those people that came back, like the ones that went into real estate, went over there, they grabbed the information that made us Nigerians to say, okay,
Yes.
this is what they are doing there. Let's bring
Let's
it
bring
down,
it down
here.
here.
And people are buying into it. They are collaborating
Exactly.
with other countries to make Nigeria a better place. I
Yeah.
think the shift of our minds about living our
Living in
country should
Nigeria,
change.
yes.
It should change.
Going is not the issue now. Let's go and say, okay, I'm going there to what are people going there to get? Let's get the information and bring it back
And
to our
bring it
country.
back
Exactly.
So we are only just pushing blames. The country is bad. This is bad. If you have opportunity to Japa, gather what you have to gather, come back and invest. And you, funny enough, people place value on you when they know you have left the country.
Yes.
And come back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They see you in a
A different
in a
light.
different light.
But I feel
Jesus.
it depends on how you come back. Oh. It depends on how you come back.
That's true.
Yes.
That's-
There's
Don't
no way.
fall.
No, now.
No,
You
come
can't
back,
tell
it's
me
gonna
that.
Don't stumble back. Arrive.
Nothing to
You know, there's
add.
different from arriving, right?
You're even adding to the
Coming
problem
back
that
is
we are
different
looking
from
to solve.
arriving. Oh.
I think one of the things that happens to Nigeria is fear.
Yes.
The fear of what if I
Exactly.
come back, if nothing happens, what if it doesn't work out?
What if it doesn't work out?
That's one of the fear that is making most of them stay there and say, well, daddy, mommy, I'm not coming. No.
Yeah.
Let's just leave
It's
it.
not just about the fear too. It also boils down to the economy as a whole. Because now
think
you
that's where the
want
fear is coming
to
from.
you want to bring down your goods to Nigeria. Customs are there.
Shipping fee.
Now you come and start paying ridiculous amount,
Fees.
yes, fees. And at the end of the day, you might not even get your
The
goods
gain.
complete.
Yeah.
You might not get them complete.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
that alone, so it all boils down to the economy. It still boils down to the economy. As long as there is corruption and the government is not, it's
Yeah.
not, they are not willing to do anything. They are not willing to make a change. Nothing will happen.
Nothing. No.
In
And the
fact,
government is us. So we too need to make a change.
Exactly.
Now, if you ask a primary or a secondary student, what is democracy? They'll tell you government for the people,
By the
of
people, for
by
the
the
people.
people. So that change
But the
is
reality-
from us.
The reality is not
whether,
people again. No.
whether people up there want to eat or not, even you as a person, you already have that mindset that when I get there, I want to eat. So
Sure.
that alone is killing everybody. So the moment Nigerians stand up and say enough is enough, the change begins with us. That is when everything will change.
Wow.
That
That's
is when
amazing.
everything. It's not just left for the government. It's we
Exactly.
ourselves.
And in fact, the situation of the brain drain, no matter what we talk about today, will always be happening. People will always have the desire to leave the
Yes.
country once they are done with school, or even people who haven't gone to school at all will want to leave, just in search of greener pastures. Well, if this is a problem, we have to also look for the solution. Leaving everything to run away and coming back to the same place that we left, being worse than we left it, isn't the way to go at all. It's okay to go, but we have to plan to come back to a better place. And that can only happen if we put in the effort while we're away or here to make sure that we get a better place to come back to. I want to thank you so much, Ms. Perpetual, for this conversation and my beautiful, intelligent, and delightful Miss Elizabeth.
Wow. Don't let
Thank
me have
you
reason
so
to
much.
Japa now.
And then my amiable audience, thank you so much for being with us and listening to what we have to say. And the gist, I believe, was very hot and sizzling because this topic is in the mouth of every one of us in this country. Thank you so much for listening. I want you to keep subscribing to this channel, Lyte Africa. Please click on the notification button so that you can, get our videos every single time that it drops. My name is Kion Kennedy, and you have been on Lyte Africa podcast. Thank you so much, and I would like to say gracias and adios.